I think these cookies would be really good with a nice cappuccino. Empty cup. Hi, I'm Yewande, and for Cookie Week, I am making a kalamata olive and rosemary shortbread. I happened to move to New York over the holidays, like in the winter. I remember a friend telling me about this cookie with olives in it, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense, like a cookie with olives in it, like what? And it was amazing. It was like the olives had baked off into little like chocolate chips. I love that combination of like salty and sweet, and I think more people need to get into it. It's a cookie that I associate with like cold weather and walking through the East Village and like the pine trees on the sidewalk, like how they put like the Christmas trees on the sidewalk. So this is a cookie that lives in my memory. So one of the first steps is chopping up the rosemary. What you're doing by chopping the herbs is basically just like releasing those oils. So it smells so piney right now. So you want to drain the brine and then dry them off. You're not trying to add too much moisture to your shortbread dough. Go the easy route and like just get pitted olives. I'm chopping them, but they're still pretty whole. I'm not like smushing them. I want to see the shape of the olive in the cookie. They don't need to be perfect circles, but when you chop them, try not to smush them. Think of them as little pieces of dried fruit. That's what they're going to end up as. And also, because this is a slice and bake cookie, when you slice through the shortbread to get the little rounds, you're also slicing through the olives, so you're cutting them even smaller. So they don't need to be like terribly tiny right now, just chopped. And the last thing I'm going to do is the lemon zest. I like being able to see what I'm doing. And I feel like this way I'm not pressing down on the lemon and getting the white pith, I'm just getting the oils. Tip number 200, zest your lemon upwards. And this way you could smell it too. You can enjoy the scent of the lemon or the citrus. So my flour, sugar, and salt, and then my rosemary goes in. Okay, and my butter goes in. You want to work with cold butter here. The important thing about shortbread is to keep all the ingredients cold. That helps with the texture of the shortbread if the ingredients are cold. It's kind of like making pie dough. You don't want the butter to melt. You should end up with like a breadcrumb looking dough. You can also do it like that. I just find it more comfortable to like do it like this. I don't know enough about the science behind shortbread, but I'm pretty sure you're not trying to develop gluten in the dough. Maybe that's why it's called shortbread, because like the gluten strands are really short. Scientist that I am. Yewande Komolafe. Now I have to go back and see if every single cookie I've developed for the Times is a shortbread cookie. So I'm just gonna move my olives in here and coat them in flour. Don't they look like chocolate chips? If you close your eyes, I bet you think that you're eating like a salted chocolate shortbread. Can't tell they're olives. The heavy cream is really just enough liquid to bring the dough together. It's a really forgiving dough. I don't know if you could see this, but like when I squeeze it together, it holds together a little bit more. It doesn't look like it's gonna come together, but trust me, it will. The dough is gonna continue to hydrate once I put it in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna form it into 2 logs on a sheet of parchment. So I'm gonna squeeze it together as much as possible and try to form a log. When I slice into it, I want there to be no air pockets. So if you don't have a perfect like circle right now, that's fine. Just squeeze the dough together as much as you can and refrigerate it for 30 minutes or 3 hours or 3 days. As long as it's the number 3, that's okay. That kind of looks like a log. So you can either fold the ends like I did with the first one, or you could go ahead and make your log twist the ends like a little candy wrapper. So you could basically do that and do that. So this is the mess that I've created, but these are my 2 logs of shortbread. It can stay refrigerated for up to 3 days, but you can also freeze them at this point and freeze them for a week, a month, just until you're ready to bake them off. In video time, it's been 30 minutes. This dough has hydrated as it's sat in the fridge. When it's cold, you could get it into a circular shape. I love that you can see the cross section of the cookie. Don't they look like little chocolate chips? I'm doing 1/2 inch wide slices. I didn't put any leavening agent, like I didn't put any baking soda, baking powder, so they're not really gonna spread. They're gonna puff up a little bit. So you want just about a 1/2 inch between each slice, just to give it room to breathe. Before you slice the cookies, if you want more sugar, if you want them sweeter, you can roll the cookie in the sugar so that the edges come out a little bit more like crunchy, like it adds a little texture to the cookies, a little holiday sparkle, but today I'm gonna leave them plain. We're gonna bake at 350, a total of 22 minutes. They look good. The little olive dots remind me of little jewels in the cookie dough. I think it looks really pretty. It's not a shortbread that like snaps because there's so much moisture from the olives. It's a soft shortbread. The first thing I get is the olives. It's like fruity and big and bold. And then I get the rosemary and then the lemon comes through. I think it's beautiful. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think that these will appeal to a lot of people in its own unassuming way. It's like, who thought to put olives in cookie dough, you know?
This is everybody's cookie.
Oh my God, oh. I'm really bad with surprises. Like I wanna see right here, right now. Oh, I love this. Oh, yum. This is so cool. This is so sweet and thoughtful, thank you. Yeah, happy cookie week. See, you should make all the cookies so you can do this for your friends. Like, give them a nice box of cookies. Go forth and bake, like.